do ship guitars. We receive guitars. We ship guitars. We receive them. Sometimes the unthinkable happens. They disappear. Lo and behold, your fearless carrier of UPS, FedEx, USPS.
The mailbox, we call them.
Yeah, or Matt.
Matt.
It fails you, and said guitar, said amp, said pedal doesn't arrive at location. It's a sad day, right?
It is a sad day.
This happened. We're talking about this right now because like we deal with this every day, but also a story popped up out in Hayward, California that Derek brought to our attention, and Derek has a particular sadness with this because this happened to him before.
Yes.
He's lost some serious guitars. I'm gonna kind of blame his wife for some of that too. That's another story.
She said, "Return to sender," and slapped it on the box.
Oh yeah, it's another. But anyway, so this Hayward couple, or father and a son, not a couple. That's weird. Had a guitar. The 3 guitars were bought and shipped, and one just disappeared. It was a slime green, Dimebag Darrell style, beautiful guitar. Must have it.
Iconic.
So the dad, Mr. Diaz, not Diaz Jr., was sort of perplexed, and so the seller was too, because this guitar disappeared, and then they were both told the guitar was either burned up in the forest fires, lost, damaged beyond repair, destroyed, case closed. Right? So okay, so we're
Crime solved.
Crime solved.
Coffees for closers.
That's what the story was, right?
But then, surprise,
something didn't sit right with Sir Diaz, and he found said guitar at Guitar Center. Checked the serial numbers. Those are the little numbers on the back of the guitar, in case you didn't know that. It's like your VIN number. And it was the exact same guitar.
Same guitar.
So here's what's going on? What do you do here? So the seller's trying to figure it out. The buyer's trying to figure it out. And like they get it all sorted. He's going to go get that guitar. Then he's getting a refund from what he bought from the other guy. The seller, the original guitar, now has to deal with UPS. And at first they're like, hey, why are you calling us? This case was closed. We don't want anything to do with it. We're going to give you your money for what you insured it for, which is not what the guitar is worth, because we don't always insure it for the full value, because it's just an untenable thing for some small sellers to do.
Yes.
So I get that. So he was like, hey, but the guitar has been found, and you guys didn't know where it went.
So where to go? How'd they get it?
So the resolution of this case, and then we're gonna move on and talk about what you do and what this whole thing was. He did get a settlement and a little bit more than what, obviously, I think he was happy with it, so it's good.
Sexy.
There's like, hey, don't talk about this anymore. I'm like, we're going to.
Stop talking about this.
Well, because we use UPS almost exclusively. We love UPS.
UPS is great. Our UPS guy, I think, is the best that I've ever had at any place I've ever worked. He's
great. I think he's amazing. He's charming.
He's charming. He's professional as hell. He says, I'm going to be right back, and he comes right back.
And he checks in on us.
He does check in on us.
And we don't have to set things for the pickup. Like, he'll just come by and check in on us to make sure everything's okay.
He looks through our window, too, to see if anything's got to go. He's like, I saw one. I thought it was going. I was like...
No, he is off. We know him. I got a cell phone right here in my cell phone, and he's just an awesome dude. Love his family. His wife's really attractive, too.
Sweetheart.
Another side story. She's a sweetheart, but she's also really pretty.
But Craig would never do this.
We weren't supposed to say his name.
I didn't say his last name.
You're outed.
It's good.
I know.
They don't know where we're at.
I outdid it. I got it right here. That's his like fake name. So this has happened to all of us. Your guitars have disappeared, and we've had like amps just sort of disappear.
Yes.
And then
show reappear.
Up.
Yes.
Or we've had things disappear and never come back.
Yes.
Derek's had things disappear and never come back. I don't like to think nefarious things are happening too much, but there's got to be something along the chain of command here in the chain of shipment.
Yes.
Where's this going?
Let's call it fallout, if we will, right?
Or shrinkage.
Shrinkage. In an industry like that, it has to be the same like it would be anywhere else. A Walmart, whatever. They're like, it's going to happen. Things are going to get lost or stole. Do you think there is a UPS ring?
I mean, no, but I think there's some bad people like in every field of like there's people that see like, oh, they see this box and that's going to be worth at least hundreds of dollars.
Yes.
It's and you can tell it because it's on every box. It says like Jackson or Fender or Gibson or Taylor Martin. A little bit like you're gonna. If it says some of those brands, you have a shot at least a $500 thing is in there.
Yeah.
Up to like $10,000, up to more.
And that's where I was going to say, it wouldn't take much research, and I feel like all of our viewers would understand this. It's not like it takes much research to figure out what that label means, what that tag means, on top of there, whether that's just a serial number. Now, one brand, I will say, that does a very good job of hiding all of this is PRS. They have like random numbers everywhere. You can't really see what it is.
It's like the Matrix.
Just as fragile on the side of the box. It's just a big rectangle.
Yeah, Fender's like tricky with its colors.
It is.
Like TCP, BRL, AGP, and you're like, damn you, what is this? We would do pop quizzes for all the people that work here and try to figure if you could guess the colors.
You get good at it.
You do get good at it.
The issue there, though, is not so much the color, but the starting phrase, which is Fender Custom Shop. So if you Google Fender Custom Shop, you're going to go, oh, damn.
I've at least got 4K sitting in my hands right here.
$4,000 here.
Right here.
Now, who's to say, let's say you use a plain box, if there is some kind of weird thing going on, who's to say they don't just open up the guitar and see what it is and look it up from there?
So, I mean, what can all of us do to protect against this? There's not much off. Like, if someone wants to steal it, they're going to steal it. It's going to happen. We have to all trust in the gods above that that's going to make it through. You can get a little fancy with it. Make sure you insure your products. Obviously, use the service people you do trust more.
As Derek said, put your name and address for return and also where you're shipping it on the outside of the box, written on it, in case the actual tag gets damaged.
We're working out some top secret techniques right now to sort of prevent against this too. Stay tuned, and we'll see if it works. We're testing them. We'll see if that happens. But no, it's a scary proposition.
It is.
We put stuff in the air all the time, or on the buses, on the trucks. If we're close enough to a manufacturer, we'll drive to pick up stuff sometimes. Yeah. Just to avoid damage. Yeah. And shipping issues.
Absolutely.
Have you had anything lost?
No, I had some damaged goods, but I've never had anything lost. But I also am somebody I'd like to buy in person, just because I like to be able to see it. So it's rare. Like, I'll buy pedals and stuff like that online, but I had some damaged action there. But I don't know. I like finding somebody local and buying it, and if it's not in my range, or range of being able to get it without,
Like if you got a Sweetwater, you're not driving to Sweetwater to get it.
No, yeah.
Not driving to go get your...
That's honestly probably the best example is I order a lot of, random things from Sweetwater, like keyboards and stuff they usually can't find, but I'll go to a Guitar Center and try and buy it before then. Yeah. But that's just me. So there is that option, but also...
He's a weirdo.
Buying online is fun. Like being able to talk to a shop, especially if it's like you live in the middle of nowhere and you don't have a shop. We love answering those questions. So you don't want to be like petrified to order something online.
No, it's just ways to just if stuff happens, it's going to get resolved somehow. You as the buyer are usually pretty safe.
Yes.
It's the seller, if it disappears, it's up to them.
And I'll say too, knock on wood, the only things that I think we've had the majority of issues with have been whenever on the other side, it's thieves, Now
that's a whole other issue. We've talked about that online before, but I don't mind getting into it a little bit right now. Because I love the USPS, but shipping with them overseas is a no-no.
Yeah.
And I don't mean overseas, just out of country. Yeah. Because then when you can't track it once it leaves the United States.
They're like, sorry.
It's somewhere. Hopefully it gets there. I'm like, whoa, that's good. And God, I remember once, we packed it. This was back in the early days of casino. We packed a guitar. It was going out. I took it to USPS. I dropped it there personally. And I was like, I just had a hunch. And I was like, God, something just doesn't feel right. So, and it was literally 30 minutes before, and then they closed. And I was like banging on the doors. Can somebody please let me? Like, no, I'm already closed. Things are processing. I'm like, I see the box right there. I just want it back. They're like, no, we can't. And then that guitar, it was a PRS.
Gone.
It disappeared. It went to Charlotte.
I remember that one.
I remember. Yeah, I don't remember what it was. It was right during. I feel like it was during the hurricanes.
I think so.
We lost power for a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's when the thieves always come out during those moments.
Yes.
Like fires, hurricanes, power outages.
All that good stuff.
Because then you can't sort of do your due diligence normally, and you're just trying to function and keep business rolling.
Well, and I'll say maybe this goes into tips and tricks to how to source something or find something if you feel like something fishy is up. Use the tools at your disposal, being check reverb in that location. Look up the specific guitar. Check online, like Google it. go to Facebook Marketplace and look for it, because in instances where on the other side of ours it's been a thief, and in this case maybe that thief is internal within a shipping process, or it just fell off a truck or something crazy.
Check your shipping places that you take them to.
That's right.
Like, make sure you feel trustworthy of them. Some are sort of fly-by-night places.
That's right.
Some are pretty reputable, and that's the way to roll.
Absolutely. But look at wherever its last tracking location was, and then I would go through Facebook Marketplace, Reverb,
That's
GCs, stuff like that. Look on there, look online, because you never know. We have found guitars like that multiple times. We're like, that's where they took it to. Or he still has the guitar.
It's really funny.
Yes.
Derek is an expert, and I think he enjoys it, is finding the criminals out there that do these nefarious and horrible things.
All these tips and tricks do come from the D-man.
And if you're selling too, just like small little things, just do a little research before you ship something out. Like if your gut saying no, trust your gut immediately on that. But also just see where it's going. See if you gotta make sure the addresses match up with the credit card thing. If there's a reason they don't, you explain that. You talk to the customer about that.
Yeah.
See where it's going. You don't want to like profile everything. Like, oh, I don't think this guitar is going here. But if it's going to a shipping depot, warehouse, non-house looking type place, your red flag should go up too. Sometimes those are overseas carriers that are going to take it. They're buying it from overseas and they're just going to go there, and you're fine.
Yep.
But they should have communicated that beforehand.
Damn right.
In Delaware, be careful.
Delaware, be careful.
When it's going to Delaware, just be careful.
Delaware, beware.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is, man. It's a great state too. It's just funny, man. But there's some craziness goes on up there for some reason.
Nutty.
I don't know. It's something with the tax laws.
I think it's just the Delawareans.
Oh, we're not talking about Rhode Islanders, are we?
Rhode Islanders.
Like Fred.
Fred. Oh no,
like
Fred.
that guy. Miss that guy. I haven't seen him in a while.
I know, it's been wild.
So this story resolved itself nicely. Most of them don't. So sometimes it does though. So just like keep your little sleuth hat on there. Have fun with it. Let us know in the comments below what your experiences with this have been. If you have any tips or tools for the trade here. If you've had a good time shipping. We've had a great time shipping in general. There's only been a few cases where we're like, oh, that's a bummer. But we get it sorted. That's what we do. We're pros.
That's right, baby.
Mean, clean, selling machines.
Oh gosh. Click like, click subscribe.
Hit the bell. Never gotten to say that.
Ding ding. Look at that.
That was cool. And we'll see you guys soon.